thank you once again for taking time to join us. Still on our tour of northern Nigeria. You know, we've paid visits to Kebbi State, Sokoto, Katsina, and now we're in Kano. Yesterday, we met with the candidates for the Green Party of Nigeria. And now today, we are here with the Secretary Campaign Organization for the People's Redemption Party in Kano State, Comrade Abdulkadri Musa Guza. And he's going to speak with us on his party plan for the people of Kano and the chances of his party come March the 2nd, 2019. Good evening, sir, and thank you for joining us.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very fine, sir. So, sir, we understand that your party, the People's Redemption Party, is one of the party that is considered among people in Kano as the alternative party. What is your party agenda for the people of Kano? Should you emerge victory at the poll come March 2nd this year, sir?
Anyway, as the name implies, our people need the redemptions. So we are a People's Redemption Party, PRP. Virtually, Kano need redemption, politically, economically, and socially. This is the second time I said to the world that in 1979, similar things happened in Kano. Lack of justice, lack of good environment, lack of businesses, lack of good education, lack of good health care. So we came in 1979 with the same name, People's Redemption Party, and we redeemed Kano. That's why all concerned citizens of Kano, we put our hands together and we think about Kano. Therefore, we said, can we fold our arms and leave these people recklessly ruling our state, taking our resources, building some infrastructures which are not needful? We need to develop Kano. We are people with over 20 million population. So 20 million population is a nation. We are 10% of Nigerian population as a people.
Yes.
And for so many reasons, we are one of the 36 states, even though we are 10% of the population. So we Kano people have to think on how we are going to develop Kano to be conducive for everybody. We believe Kano is a Hausa center all over. Anywhere you went, you met a Hausa man, he would tell you he has a relation in Kano. Therefore, if we cannot develop Kano, if we cannot improve development in Kano, therefore, Hausa Fulani has no heaven. Therefore, we say, okay, let us put hands together and do something for Kano. We are not talking of materials, but the issues, the problems of Kano. We are going to vote somebody who knows our problem and already has a solution to that problem. And we have a plan for development since 1977. It has been deviated. No new layouts, no housing schemes, no business proposals, all these things which it takes to develop cities. We know it, and they know it, but they are not willing to do. Our schools are dilapidated. Our agricultural system, which Kano has more than 35% of the Kano people are farmers. Well, 62% are business people. Can we fold our arms and start seeing all this armadillo on the street? Is this our problem or is any other problems? It's our problem. We know where they are on the street. We know where they are begging. And we know the solution. We have to do something about it. Nobody will come and do it for us. That's why 6 of us, 1.5 years back, we start thinking of an alternative platform for Kano. A platform that an honest people, reliable people, people with mission, ambition to come in, people that can listen the aim and aspiration of our people. We know what we want and we know what we need. To develop Kano, it's not the matter of giving and taking. It is a matter of honesty and dedication. We need honest people with plans, with objectives, and honest people who can listen, who can realize this is our weaknesses and this is our strength. Why are we not using our strengths? And why we let our weaknesses to grow? So we have to cancel it. We have to work as a society, as a community, as a nation to do something for the good of our people.
The Almajiris, because for even outside Kano, education is one thing. Even the incumbent government has really identified as the challenge. So talking about the Almajiris now, because we know for 16 years, or for the past 20 years, we've had 3 different governors in Kano State since 1999. And every one of them, one way or the other, believe that they've done what they think they can do to really help improve the academic system in Kano. So what is your party, the People's Redemption Party, going to do differently to attract these young Nigerians who have one way or the other conditioned into begging? How would your party attract them and take them away from the street and make them embrace education for development?
This begging and this suffering of our younger children is deliberate. They know where they are going. The people who put them in that poverty, they know what they miss, and they are benefiting from it. When we came in 1979, I'm the personal assistant to the executive governor of Kano State then. We have tackled it. We built a rehabilitation center at Maridi. All these needies, we gathered them there. We gave them food, clothing, and a good school for them. We built another rehabilitation center at Oraibaba. Even the mads among them, we built a psychiatric hospital at Dawana. We have started to bring opportunities that those people can benefit. We improve a farming system. We create CASCO, we create NADA. All these are government agencies that are putting hard together with the farmers to educate them in the new system of farming or modern farming. And we reduce the poverty level to some extent. And people are not begging. We build so many schools. We build courts with competent judges. We met Kano with only 2 to 3 markets in the urban area. We built Kopa Wambai market, Dawano market. We built Kopa Ruwa market. We built Enkaba market. We built Naiba market. And from Zaria Road roundabout, original round, that the Silver Jubilee, we built layouts. We give people plots. We allocate plots to people to build houses. So if people have not a good enabling environment to live, where they can live is bad. You have to lead people out of what they are doing. We have to think for them. on what to do and how to be. But you cannot expect people, you put them in an absolute poverty or objective poverty, and you think they can go to school and to learn what? If you are in an objective poverty, the issue of learning is zero. For instance, now, according to World Bank, United Nations, one of the agencies, they give a report that 37% of our younger ones, the children we born in this country, 37% of them, they are suffering from malnutrition. That means they cannot be engineers, they cannot be lawyers, they cannot be doctors, they cannot be any professional. So how do you want us to start? Is this not enough for us to think otherwise? Is this not enough for us to think what to do? We have dams in Kano. And these dams, we have plans on them. For instance, Chalawa Goji. More than 500 people can secure a job from that dam. And nobody is using it. Nobody is using it. It's unutilized or underutilized. If you take most of the dams, we have a development plans on them. What to grow, how to grow it, only to excavate the place, to give people training on what to do, they can do it. So when I talked to one of my friends, he's a professor in agricultural, economic and extension. He's from Kano. I said, what are we going to do with that dams? How much do we need to actualize all these dams? He said, my friend, we just need 10 billion naira. 10 billion naira.
To make all of the dams
to make all the dams effective and efficient. And he assured me that if we put that 10 billion naira, it is very hard to see people on the streets, not even begging, not even to come to cities to look for master, to become servant, to become useless. He gave me a good example. He said, we have a one dam which we are, even though it is underutilized, we are using it, we are utilizing only 30% of the facilities supposed to be out of 100. That is Tigadam. He said, Kura, Madobi, Garumala. Among these children who are begging on the street, if you see 100, you cannot see any child from that area begging.
Okay, because the dams are working.
The dam is working, and there are 30% of the proposed facility is working. So I take my legs, I travel to that area. You know why? You know what? I find it that in Kura alone, they have 7 private schools. 7 private schools. They have 4 private hospitals. 4 private hospitals. They can afford the health care system, they can afford a good school, and they cannot come to beg anybody. When I go to Garimala, it's not, there is one town, Garimbaba, it's a very small village, but they are very close to these facilities. They are farmers, real farmers, not seasonal farmers. They are full-time farmers, raining and dry time. So when I went to that town, I found they have 2 private schools. They have 2 hospitals, private. Even the government facility, health facility there is health care, health sport, which is not even comprehensive health care. So they are not using that place, but their children are using games. They have a computer center there. If you go to that area, you will be surprised how their children, they have a good command in English. If you go to WAEC and NECO, you see the result of this area is appreciated. So we cannot fold our arms. We have the opportunity and we cannot use the opportunity just because some of us want to be rich or they just want to be rulers. We can't go like this. Enough is enough. We have to stop it.
So you just mentioned, you giving the example about this community you visited. Or don't you think the government that provided these facilities deserve some commendation?
We thank God. I told you I don't want to be so personal because we are talking on issues, not personalities. But Audubon Development Plan, that is the Greater Kano, is a very nice plan for Kano, even though he came during a military regime, the past governor of Kano. He has done well to Kano. Because most of the dams I'm telling you now were constructed by Audubon. But when we came in 1979, we add more dams. That is Muhammad Abubakar Rimi region, PRP time, and it's our campaign promises. That, you know, PRP has 5 cardinal principles. 5 cardinal principles. That means equality, power of the people. Because when we say equality, that means people should be treated equally before justice. People will be treated equally. No rich, no poor, no ruler, no follower. So we did our best there. Then when we say the power of the people, that means what people need, you must provide it for them. Not yet. You can't drive people by your own thinking. You have to drive people with what they want, with a little modification. As a leader, you have to think how they are going to use it and to be good for them. So in our principles, we are very, very careful on selecting the candidate we have selected to contest in our party. Because naturally, there are 2 issues which by nature are like that. Whether naturally you'll be conservative or naturally you'll be radical. Yes. So most of us were radicals. So we are not thinking of having much, but we believe that if I have 200 naira, you have nil. If I give you 50 naira, I take 50 naira, it will be sufficient for us for today. Then we put head together and think how we are going to survive tomorrow. But there is no point to be thinking of to be thinking that you are the spirit. I am living with no kobo. You are living in millions, and you still say we are together. We don't want to lose that focus. Even though now we have problems. I am telling you about the rehabilitation centers we have created that times, but they were all abandoned by the previous administrations because they don't want our children to get into their actual senses, to be productive for the development of our state and the nation at large. We miss so much. We miss so many. But this time around, we put our hand together, and by the God grace, when we came in, they are saying PRP is going nowhere. We are 6. We have been preaching. So, but see what PRP is now, today. Presently, PRP is in the 2nd position in Nigeria, in Kano. I'm sorry. We are in the 2nd position. We undermine PDP, APC, PRP. This is the issue now. Actually, I'm not telling you this because I'm from PRP. Most of our people, we are honest. If you are the last one, we can tell you we are the last ones. Why I tell you we are the second is because the APC, they are against us. They are after us. The PDP is after us. They are complaining. They are complaining that we came in as a third post and we are trying to undermine them. And what really happened is, we know something like this will come. We are not sure until it happens. When I start calling people to come and have a third platform, an alternative platform, because I know these conservative people will undermine all good people because it's not good they want. They want my boy. They want you must have a good godfather before you secure primary election or any political post in their parties because they are conservative parties. So we know these clean and good people will be having problem. So we decided to create a third post. Sorry, I have a crack voice.
It's okay, sir. It's okay, sir.
So these people, when they rejected the good ones, so we have an alternative.
All
platform.
the good ones to your party.
All the good ones, they will come to us, and this is what happened. From APC, number of people, they came to our party, and we replaced them with our people because our people are honest. They contested primary, they won, but they believe if they see anybody who can add value more than them, they can relinquish their interest. Yes.
Because I got to know that Malam Saliu Takai, actually he was with the PDP, so he left to he decamped to your party, and then the chairman of the party in Kano had to give out his ticket to Malam Saliu Takai. But then there's one important thing that will make this election very interesting in Kano, is because Malam Saliu Takai is a very strong force. When he contested against Kwankwaso in 2011, he lost that election with just a little margin. So what is your party going to do differently now, this time, to ensure that you win the election come March 2nd? Because from all I've gathered on the streets of Kano, because we've been around, it's a very strong, your party candidate is a very strong man, he's popular, he's well known in Kano. So what are you going to do to make sure the people of Kano this time follow your party and vote for your party?